finished or you're just
We've
starting?
just finished and we'll just start the service
Of
very
course,
soon. So
of
make
course.
yourself comfortable
Thank you.
and you have ample
Okay,
choice.
that's
Right?
nice. Sure.
You get
Whose bar mitzvah is coming up? That was fabulous. So we start.
yes.
Tomorrow. Okay. So this time is an 8-year-old.
Yeah. Did it go well?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you scared?
I was scared. I was very nervous. Yes.
See?
That wasn't what we supposed to say.
No, it's fine. But it went well. So, yeah. I think you need to be a little bit nervous.
Everyone gets through the other side.
Because you need to be focused.
No, it's not fear of doing it wrong, it's a desire to do it well. That's the main thing.
How many aliyot do you read here? 4. Okay, and that's Torah as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you from?
It's a long story. I'm from Canada, but we live here now.
But you technically you don't, I mean,
He lives here. My wife and I live in Stockholm, Sweden. Yes. Yeah.
You go to JFS or
Sorry?
you go to JFS or do you go to
I go to Harrow.
How you go to
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. we were at the bottom of the hill and Harrow School was at the top of the hill. And we did have we had a really nice relationship with Harrow School. But now we've moved and that's it.
Yeah.
And the chaplain, I knew him quite well as well, but he's moved as well. He's going to Ireland. Yeah.
Okay, it's a new person now.
Yeah.
I just started.
Oh, you just started. Really? It was very nice.
That's
James,
one.
Father James Fowler.
Yeah.
Yes, we came here to pray. Because he's 3 weeks in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's busy, but it's not the same.
Big school.
It's a big school.
Beautiful school. I've seen inside the school and the copper work in the toilets.
Okay.
In the toilets. It's boys' schools.
The only relationship I had was we went from our school down at the bottom of the hill, which is Gaiety High School, to get down Harrow College.
I think I know that
So we used to go up and question the Harrow boys.
Is your brother or? Okay.
you went out Gator?
Yeah.
Right.
My friend was in science teacher.
I was reading your college. It's now, I think it's called Harrow, I think.
Did you like touching her? Or
It
what?
works.
From
That's right. That's right. Hong Kong, right?
I'll show you that. How you I put it tomorrow.
Oh, it's in the thing. It's Tamar. Oh, Sherry.
Did you work one?
Yeah, well, it's way. Yeah, no, it's just a market where it should be. Well, you've done talk about the Himcock special, have you done that
I
already?
have done Sheffield.
Sheffield,
Plus, I live in
I love it,
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sure.
Who's doing what? Well, Joel's actually got
yes,
this.
Joe is in charge.
And I'll introduce my sister to you so that you can tell her when she needs to open the ark. Is that what she done for?
Yeah,
Right.
So the issue is that obviously
Yeah.
I've been at the moment to
Yeah.
Oh, that's it's very famous.
Okay.
They'll make you dress up in tails.
Right.
Okay, well, you did it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like instructing us, right? So you should be sitting on it. You take this hat and you
Okay. Okay. Quick question. Quick question.
Oh, my granddad's already done.
Yeah, okay.
He's only 3. He's dressing a scroll. Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Remember, it's all about
Tamar.
Yeah, we've also done it in New York.
Tamar.
Yeah. For
Well, no one calls you.
Yeah.
No one calls you Gil.
Huge.
Right. Yeah, that's the mother.
We are three
Mother was Tamar. But our Tammy is Tamar.
Yes.
So it's not. It's different.
Tomorrow, as in the human curse.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
mum's
the great
tomorrow as
Tamar
well,
was
wasn't it, tomorrow? Was your mum tomorrow?
In Stockholm.
Tamar is the Hebrew
Right,
name,
yeah.
Tamar.
Tomorrow, so there's
And
one
home.
tomorrow.
It's Tammy, but also Tamara. So
Hebrew name is tomorrow.
Tamar.
Yeah, there are lots of tomorrow.
It was reformed.
No tomorrow, just that.
You put it down as
We are fine, thank you. How are we? We're adjourned somewhere. Yes. Why? That's how far it
Oh, one of the reasons we're also coming is that he'll be here for Yom Kippur,
Right.
and I think it's one of the closest communities. My wife will be here too. So we're going to write to the office, but maybe they can come and buy tickets, because I'll be in Canada. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll look after you, don't worry.
we'll be in Canada for Rosh Hashanah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll look after you, don't worry.
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely. And we'll make sure there's some other teenagers.
Joel, can we check the microphone's working on the desk? No, it's not working. Can you just check it's all switched on at both ends? It might have gone off. Other side.
The big room is back with for tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
She polished that, didn't she?
They're here. They're just, I think, changing. So, and then we'll start. See, already.
So, oh yeah. You don't have to. You don't normally wear a towel on Friday night. Actually, we're still leaving.
No.
Yeah. You want to wear it. We don't have to wear it.
Joel, it's still not working.
Sort of.
That might work. That's maybe working now.
It's the connection, Stefan.
Okay. All right. It's all working.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you fine. Great stuff.
Okay, we're ready.
John?
Yeah.
So, we'll just have to, apologies to those on Zoom, we'll just wait a little bit for our candle lighter. Yes. Oh. Yes. Brilliant. So here we are. Hello. So, right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Those of you in the room, those of you on Zoom. Also, those of you, Shabbat Shalom, see, the Zoom is talking back to us as well. Particular welcome also from our regular from Paris, Rania, it's lovely to see you. And just this service, please do join in with everything as much as you can. We're very excited that you're here, Tammy. This beginning of your bat mitzvah. So just sit down, relax, and enjoy the ride. It will be absolutely fine. So, please do stand as we start with Matovu. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishknotecha Yisrael, on page 101. How good are your tents, your sanctuaries, O Jacob, and your homes, those of you joining us from home, O Israel. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Please be seated and let us start with all the songs that we have at the beginning of Shabbat, with Shalom Aleichem on page 104, in which we welcome the angels of Shabbat. Whether we believe in really angels as winged figure, it's the sense of that extra sense of presence that we bring in Shabbat to make it nice and warm and feel that we are all held. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bo'achem l'shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni l'shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetchem l'shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then we come to the Psalms for Kabbalat Shabbat, and we sing only one of them. On page 112, Psalm 96. All these songs for Kabbalat Shabbat are happy, uplifting songs. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruchu shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo, v'chol ha'amim nifleotav. Ki gadol Adonai umehulal me'od, norahu al kol Elohim. Ki gadol Elohe ha'amim elilim, v'Adonai shamayim asa, od ve'adar lefanav, Os v'tiferet b'mikdasho, havu l'Adonai mishpachot amim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, zeu mincha uvo lechatzrotav. Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, chilu mipanav kol haaretz. Imru v'goyim Adonai malach, aftikon tevel ba'al timot, yadinamim v'meisharim, yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam umelo, ya'alo sadai v'chol asher bo, אז ירננו כל הצייעה לפני אדוני, קיבה קיבה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק במים אמונתו. די 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 די. Die, 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 die. These are the best words. Die, die, die. We turn now to Lechadodi on page 121. And for Lechadodi, we will sing all the black verses, and we skip over the blue ones. And when we come to the last ones, we'll actually stand up as we welcome the Shabbat Queen, the Shabbat bride, into our midst. And we used to have a member who would come every Shabbos, every Friday night, every Saturday. I'm sure you still remember him as well, Michael Barnett. He would always say, oh, but I can see her. She's very beautiful. So just have to look, maybe. So, page 121. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zacho b'diburecha tishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet v'litila lecha dodi likrat kahala pnei Shabbat nekabela. לקראת שבת לכו ונרחקים מכל הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי קורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת nekabela. Please be seated. Did anyone see her? Yes? You did? Well, there you go. So, let us turn to Psalm 92, which is on page 124, a special psalm for Shabbat. מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי עשור ועלי נבל עלי היגיון בחינוך מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון כי שמחתני אדוני בפועלך במעשה ידיך ארנן מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון. איש בער לא ידע וכסיל לא יבין את זאת, בברוח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, להישמדם מדי עד, ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני. כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו ויפרדו כל פועלי אבן, ותרם כרם קרני בלותי בשמן רענן, ותבט עיני בשורי, בקמין עלי, מרים תשמענה אוזני. צדיקה צמה יפרח, כארז בלבנון, ויזכה שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בסבע, דשנים ברעננים יהיו להגיד, כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הפלטה בו. We turn to the Baruch Hu on page 127. Please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach, Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בדברו מעריב ברבים, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, המעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח ונעלוז בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך וחוקותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב את עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאורות על ידיך, והיו לטפחות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We read the second and third paragraph of the Shema on pages 134 and 132 and 134 in silence, and then we all come back with Lema'an Tizkoru at the bottom of page 134. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. העושה גדולות עד אין חקר, ונפלאות עד אין מספר. וראו בניו גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו, ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לך ענו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך אדוני אלוהינו, ראו בניך על הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Let us read together. Source of our life and our sovereign, cause us to lie down in peace and rise again to enjoy life. Spread over us the covering of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Be a shield about us, turning away every enemy, disease, violence, hunger, and sorrow. Remove the temptation that awaits us, and the guilt that lies behind us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are a God who guards and protects us, a ruler of mercy and compassion. Guard us when we go out and when we come in, to enjoy life and peace both now and forever. and spread over us the shelter of your peace. Blessed are you, God, spreading the shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over all the world. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Let us stand for the Amidah on page 140. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואלוהי אמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי יצחק, אלוהי רבקה, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, קונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, פוקד שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצליח ישועה, ונאמנת לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You made the 7th day holy to your name, as the end of the creation of heaven and earth. You blessed it above all other days and made it holier above all other times. And so it is written in your Torah, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצנה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, שים חלקנו בתורתך, סבנו מטובך, שמח נפשנו בישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה כל ישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, לתפילתם שאה, וברחמך הרבים תחפוץ בנו, ותשרה שכינתך על ציון. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון. מודים אנחנו לך שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו לעולם ועד. צורנו צור חיינו ומגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. נודה לך נספר תהילתך על חיינו המסורים בידיך, ועל נשמותינו הפקודות לך, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלאותיך וטובותיך שבכל עת ערב בבוקר וצהריים. הטוב כי לא חלו רחמך, המרחם כי לא תמו חסדיך, כי מעולם קיווינו לך. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם ויתנשא תמיד שמך מלכנו לעולם ועד. וכל החיים יודוך סלה, והללו וברכו את שמך הגדול באמת, האל ישועתנו ועזרתנו סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. And we read the meditation in silence. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. kol ha'olam. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ועל כל ישראל. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ועל כל העולם. Please be seated. Indeed, we want shalom for Israel and the world. And on the normal Shabbat here is usually a little sermon. When we have a bat mitzvah, or a bar mitzvah, in this case a bat mitzvah, we call upon the father of the bat mitzvah to do it by Torah. So, would you like to come up? Yes, we'd like to. We'd love to hear you. Now, it is a slightly different text, so in case, well, I don't think Stefan is going to share. You'll have to speak very clearly.
Okay, no problem. Let's find the pages. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Amen. Truth. The Torah does not oblige us to believe absurdities. The central issue is not truth in terms of a doctrine, but veracity, honesty, or sincerity in terms of personal existence. The Baal Shem quoted the psalm, "Truth shall spring out of the earth," 85:12, and asked, surely it must be easy to find truth. Indeed, it is easy, he continued, but no one wants to bend down. No one is willing to stoop to pick up a little truth. Reason is an inadequate tool for the comprehension of ultimate reality, but it is the only tool we have for distinguishing faith from credulity, true religion from superstition, enthusiasm from fanaticism. Religion offers answers without obliterating the questions. They become blunted and will not attack you with the same ferocity. But without them, the answer would dry up and wither away. The question is a great religious act. It helps you live great religious truth. V'harev na Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Toratcha b'finu ufi amcha beit Yisrael v'nihye anachnu v'te'etzaenu v'te'etza'ei amcha beit Yisrael kulanu yodaya shimecha v'lomdei Toratcha lishma Baruch atah Adonai hamalmed Torah le'amor Yisrael. Amen.
I just wanted to add to that. It was a beautifully chosen text because I think particularly when you are preparing to read from the Torah tomorrow as a bat mitzvah, you learn all these years. You learn Hebrew, you have almost a whole year of preparing yourself for that moment, and then you think, I've done it, that's it. There is a joke, I'm sure you know this joke, about the vicar, the priest, and the rabbi who are talking about mice in their building. So the churches, they have lots of mice, and it's a real problem, and they don't know what to do. And the vicar says, I say a blessing and a prayer, and I hope that God will listen. And the priest says, I do the same. And the rabbi says, it's very simple. I'll just make them bar mitzvah all at once, and they never come back. Which is a bit of a sad story, isn't it? But there is a bit that when you've worked that hard, you think, done it, know it all, that's it. But actually, when you've just become bar mitzvah, you're going to be bar mitzvah, you've been bar mitzvah not so long ago, you think, okay, I've learned, I know it, I know Hebrew quite well. But actually, that's the moment in your life that you really start to ask questions. And you think, indeed, what's the truth? We're reading from the Torah, we read stories. And I remember when my children were very young, my eldest daughter, she was about 4 or 5, and she'd been to religious school, and she said to me, Mommy, we learned about Adam and Eve and the snake. I said, oh, that's a good story, isn't it? She said, yes, it's a good story. I said, but Mummy, is it just a story? And that was a good question, because what is that story about? Very soon we will be starting to read from the Torah again, the beginning of Torah again. Creation in 6 days. What does that mean? Is that a poetic rendition of an idea of how creation might have been? What do we learn from Torah? What is the truth of Torah? And how do we relate to it? And what does it say to us? I think the fact that Torah, which is so old, not the scrolls, some of those scrolls are very old. We have one that's about 200 years old, and we have even an older scroll that's not in there yet. But when we have our new ark, it will come back. But it's not about that. It's much older than that. And the fact that Torah is still meaningful to us, we still learn from it. We still read the same stories every single year. We read the same stories over and over again. And yet in each and every story we find some truth that speaks to us and that holds us together as a people and gives us strength. And I think particularly at this time, as we're going into a new year very soon, and with that new year comes the first anniversary of the 7th of October, tremendous trauma for all of us. We need that togetherness. We need to hold on to the truth that we find in Torah, in our communities, and build strength from it. And so that's why it is important, as the B'nai Mitzvah, when you've done it at your own pace, in your own time, to come back to shul and engage, even if it is when you ask awkward or really pertinent or really, really difficult questions, because that is trying to work out what the truth is and be in conversation, because Judaism is so much a faith religion of conversation. If you learn Torah, if you learn Talmud, you do that in conversation. You never do that on your own. So keep on asking questions, particularly, well, anyone, but particularly when you've just done your bar and bat mitzvah, and come back. And if you say, oh, I have a really, really difficult question for the rabbi, yes, please come back and ask your questions. I really, really don't mind. And I'd love to see you again in shul, high holidays, whenever. So, but engage with that truth, even if you suspect it might not be quite the truth that you believe in. Engage with it and find your own truth. So with that, we turn to the Aleinu on page 310. And as we have opened the ark doors, let us stand. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו, לראות מהרה בתפארת עוזך, להעביר גילולים מן הארץ והאלילים קרות יכרתון, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, וכל בני בשר יקראו בשמך, להבנות אליך כל רישי ארץ, יכירו וידעו כל יושבי תבל, כי לך תכרע כל ברך, תשבע כל לשון. לפניך אדוני אלוהינו יכרעו ויפולו, ולכבוד שמך יקר ייתנו, ויקבלו כולם את עול מלכותך, ותמלוך עליהם מהרה לעולם ועד. כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעול מעט תמלוך בכבוד, כך כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. We live our life, yet hardly know its nature. For from a mystery we come, and to this mystery we return. The death of those close to our hearts grieves and humbles us. It reminds us that we all must die, like grass that grows in the morning, that grows so fresh in the morning, and in the evening fades and dies. So we end our years like a sigh. Let us think of those who died at this time in years past. In Mosaic Liberal, we remember Jacques Gilbert, father of Robert Gilbert, Stella Gilroy, mother of Jane Lesser, Joseph David Pearson, husband of Joy Pearson, Pearl Sanders, mother of Sylvia Kemp, and Frances Schulten, sister of Brian Haberfeld. And in Mosaic Reform, we remember Alf Abraham Fisherman, father-in-law of Ian Clifford, Andrea Andy Tobe, daughter of Rosalie Tobe, Arthur Pizer, father of Barbara Grant, Celia Summercorn, mother of Janet Byrne, David Allen Berman, husband of Pat Berman, Frank Glick, father of Stephen Glick, Hilda Marianne Tichauer, mother of Lydia Tichauer, and I wish you long life, and Lieselotte Katz, mother of Joan Noble, and Joan, I wish you long life too. Max Weber, father of Gerald Weber, Michelle Singer, friend of Mandy Roos and of many in the synagogue, Miriam Greenhill, mother of Elaine Abrahams, Zichronam Livracha. How can we accept the reality of death? By remembering the goodness of our loved ones and by shaping our lives after their example, for the memory of the righteous is truly a blessing and an inspiration for all our days. May our lives be always worthy of their memory. And let us say together, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chai echon v'yom echon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman karif v'imru. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי די קודשה בריחו. לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דיאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם ואמרו אמן. Please be seated. And as we were standing there, I suddenly realized we forgot to light candles. I'm so sorry. It's it wasn't dark yet, that this is. My apologies, and my apologies for not being quite, well, I never sing well. So you have to come here tomorrow and you hear how quiet, then you know what good singing is. So, announcements.
Yes, quickly. There are no announcements, apart from the fact that we're here tomorrow morning at 10:30 kick-off. If you'd like to join us tomorrow, we'll be very pleased to see you all. You're also invited if you're in the country. So, as I said, please come and join us. I must say, though, we certainly gave the choir, tomorrow's choir, a run for their money with our singing this evening. Very nice, lovely. Yes. Got to work on the harmonies a little bit, but we'll get there. So thank you very much for joining in this evening. We'll finish with the Yigdal, unless you have anything to add.
Oh, yes. Well, I have something to add. Tomorrow 9 o'clock, we have, of course, we have normal service with a lovely bat mitzvah and kiddush. And then in the evening at 9 o'clock, we'll have some study session. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll have a slichot service where you will hear all the tunes, the well-known tunes for the high holidays. Well, if you can come, you can hear. It was really nice to hear that across the pond, the melodies are more or less the same, so that's lovely to hear. But with the high holidays, we know that can differ. So that really gives a sense of, for a lot of people, homecoming when they hear the high holiday tunes. So that's 9 o'clock in the evening study, 10 o'clock the slichot service. Then, of course, Wednesday evening is Erev Rosh Hashanah. Thursday, first day Rosh Hashanah. We have a family service and a normal big service. Second day Rosh Hashanah on Friday is done by the community, so it's always a lovely experience to be at. Really, really lovely. And then, of course, Friday night service, and then Saturday Shabbat Shuvah. So there's a lot happening. And then next week on Monday at 8 o'clock, we'll have a special memorial service on the anniversary of the 7th of October. So, and then of course we have Yom Kippur coming, but I think this is more than enough.
Tomorrow to get through.
Yes. Lydia and Joan, I wish you long life, many good memories. And we can finish with Yigdal or Adon Olam, and I'll let you choose, Tammy. What would you like? Adon Olam. But now you've made your choice. Which melody do you want? Do you want to start it?
Do you want
The one that we're doing tomorrow?
No, well, what, the one we're doing tomorrow? We're just doing a classic. We want to do a classic. All right then. Adon Olam,
Hashem Allah, 320. Adon Olam, Le'ed Nasa, Be'ez Sokol, Azay Melesh Shemonika, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol, Tzim Livra, Le'ed Nasa, Be'ez Sokol, Azay Melesh Shemonika, ולא אחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא כחפץ הכל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, והוא אחד בין שני, לעם שלו להכביר אדון עולם, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמזרע, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל ספרה בית נשא כחץ הכל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצורכם לי ביום צרה אדון עולם, והוא ניסי ומנוסי, מנת כוסי ביום נקרא אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא כחץ הכל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, בידו עבדית רוחי ותישן בעיר אדון עולם, ועם רוחי גבייתי אדון לי ולא אירא אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא כחפץ הכל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא.
Well, close the ark doors and then make kiddush.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you remember, in Bessborough Road in the olden times, those ark doors were closed by those who aren't quite bar or bat mitzvah yet. So, Tammy, it's your last chance. Yeah, these ones. So, let us stand for the final blessing. Yeah. Yevarachenu Adonai v'yishmerenu, Yair Adonai panav eleinu v'yichunenu, Yisa Adonai panav eleinu, v'yasem lanu shalom. May God bless us and keep us. May God's face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May God's face turn towards us and give us and the whole world peace.
Amen. Different version.
So we turn now to Kiddush on page 452. 452.
I don't know if any of you believe in the spirits, but not this sort of spirit. How many glasses I've got out, and I didn't even know who was coming. There's one for you, Rabbi, and one for Tammy.
Tammy, which one do you want?
This is 8 glasses, 8 people. Impressive. I've been here before. Sorry, it's over wine.
And those of you online, if you want to join in, make sure you have a becher. Yes? Fantastic. You can have a tiny sip if you want to. Don't have to finish. So do you remember the blessing? Yes? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu זיכרון למעשי בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש. זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. L'chaim. L'chaim.
Don't drink it all.
You don't have to drink it all.
Well tonight. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. So,
Singing, you get a bit dry throat.
and well, good luck tomorrow. Take an early night and you'll be fine.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Long life, Lydia.
Thank you.
Wish you long life, Lydia.
Thank you. Wish you long life.
Hello, Brigitte. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Thank you.
Shalom,
Shabbat.
Anya. Thank you very much, Stefan.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you all
Stefan.
soon. As usual, have